he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Whoa, whoa.
Pop that cherry.
Sure did. Welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. And it's a great start already out the gates. I'm Garrett Langley Henson.
And I'm Terry Ricardo de Shazo.
And you are fading in and out with your lighting, sir.
You like my setup? Hold on. I can switch it.
If you're watching on your phone, turn your brightness up for Terry, please.
Look at the camera. All right, I'm back.
Yay, there we go. There we go. Well, Terry, week 1 of NFL football was in the books, and it was a wild, wild weekend, especially as a Falcons fan. But don't worry, y'all. We're not going to jump this off talking about the Falcons because they're not relevant, and even I'll say that.
Take that flag down. Take that flag off the board right now. Get it out of your back.
Down now that Barcelona just got their ass beat by Bayern Munich today, too.
That is true. Horrible day for you.
Bro, I'm about to take down the legend, too, if it keeps going at this rate.
Well, I mean, he's dead. Did you hear that Argentina had a 6.6 earthquake today?
Jeez Louise.
No, I'm just fucking with you. That would have been the triple.
I'm just playing. It was only a 4.2. Man. But let's get right to it, bro. The man who made earthquakes in his debut for the Saints, Jameis Winston.
Ooh.
So
Jameis.
Yeah. The crab leg king himself.
The monster.
So how we're going to do this, guys, is we're not going to recap the season or the week going game by game. We're not going to talk about all of them. We're going to talk about my predictions and my questions for the upcoming season that you can see in the article I posted online at www.thehLSpod.com. And then we're going to compare and contrast these ridiculous assertions that I'm making with what our eyes actually saw happen on the field this weekend.
You want to go ahead and start off with the first one? The one you were just talking about? The worst one?
And this is a doozy. The Saints go marching all the way down to the last place in the NFC South this year, Terry.
Not a possibility. I don't even know why or how you would even think this shit in your whole brain. Not even based off of the game that just happened, but based off of the Panthers are absolutely horrible. They got worse at quarterback by getting rid of Teddy Bridgewater. Second, the Falcons, your boys, are absolutely horrible once again, getting rid of their best receiver and didn't really get much in return, in my opinion. And then you got the Bucs. The Bucs are gonna be great. The Bucs do what they do. Second, and no further down. Second place. That's it. There's no way they're getting. How are they gonna lose? Have a better or worse record than the Panthers and the Falcons? Explain that to me. Explain that.
Well, I tell you what. I wrote this article before I saw the Falcons play.
Did you not watch any of the preseason games? Did you not see the acquisitions?
We didn't play any of the starters. I was like, this has no bearing on the real football.
Shit. Can you guys stop the pass? Can you guys stop the run? No and no. So what's going down? 0-16.
Man, we couldn't stop E. coli if we were working at McDonald's, Terry. All right? But it's not about us right now. All right? You asked about the Panthers. How are they going to be better than the Saints? Well, let's think about reclamation projects, man. A lot of times in the NFL, you throw somebody into a bad situation, throw them to the Wolves or the Lions, and then at 2-3 years, you give up on them. He didn't have none of the pieces around him. People forget Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions his rookie year. All right? Every quarterback that Adam Gase has touched has looked 10 times better as soon as he leaves him. See Tannehill, Ryan.
Yeah.
And the play caller in Carolina, Joe Brady, is like this hotshot whiz kid. Lots of pre-snap movement. Like, screen game is on point. Stretches the field horizontally and vertically.
I hear you.
I think they could be like – some people could be sleeping on the Panthers because they forget that Teddy Bridgewater couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards downfield last season.
Who's the quarterback now? Name him. What's his name? Give it to me.
Sam Darnold.
What did he do? Did he show you anything great?
He showed me he could run a West Coast system where you throw 7-yard passes until the whole defense gets on top of you.
How is that any different than what Teddy Bridgewater was doing?
Because once they condense the field down, Darnold's got that big arm to hit him over the top.
Who's he going to throw it to?
Who else? But his boy from the Jets, Robbie Anderson. Reunited and it feels so good.
You really think so, huh, buddy?
Oh, I really think so.
Is that what you think?
I think that Sam Darnold, from a talent standpoint, is right there with Jameis Winston. But the weapons he has around him, much, much better. Think about all the people the Saints lost in this offseason, man.
They did lose a lot of pieces.
They lost Drew Brees. They lost Michael Thomas to the physically unable to perform list. They lost Trey Hendrickson. They lost Emmanuel Sanders. They lost Jared Cook at the tight end spot.
Yeah.
On defense, they lost Malcolm Brown. They lost Sheldon Rankins. They lost their sack leader. They also lost their director of pro personnel to come work for the Falcons, who's the guy who normally would be in charge of picking up the league's trash and turning into treasure on the Saints.
Shit.
And you know what else they lost, Terry?
What?
They lost their home field advantage till mid-October because Hurricane Katrina 2.0 came and fucked their ass.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a big one. That is a big one. But let me tell you something right now. I'm not even going to talk about the Saints destroying the Packers, who were in the NFC Championship game last year. I'm only going to talk about the Panthers beating the Jets by what? Only 5 points?
It came down to the wire, didn't it?
I mean, the Jets are predicted to get the number 1 overall pick in the NFL. If you guys didn't know this, that means
clearly those your team didn't see the Falcons play week 1.
If y'all didn't know this, that just means that the Jets are absolutely trash, and they're going to be the worst team in football this year. And the Panthers could barely beat this team. All right? That's all I saw was a bunch of sloppy plays, and they're just lucky that they played the Jets week 1 because they would have been 0-1 just like the Falcons and almost like the Bucs were. All right? I do not want to hear none of this shit. The Jets are horrible. You couldn't name 3 people on their team besides the quarterback.
Mekhi Becton. All right. They got wait a minute. They got Tevin Coleman at running back. And
hey, look.
At wide receiver, they got Corey Davis.
Corey Davis? Who the hell is that?
He used to play at Tennessee, former first-round pick.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, and you're not a casual. You know what I'm saying? So that was difficult for you.
That was kind of tough, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just telling you.
Your brain goes blank when you gotta think of like no-name dudes. You know?
Yeah. I mean, just based off of that, we can go ahead and do overreaction. You know, week 1 type of thing, but Panthers look bad.
I used to overreact the other way. I'm gonna underreact to week 1, and I'm gonna overreact to sticking to my guns and the stupid shit that comes out of my mouth. All right? Terry, I don't care that the Saints look like the second coming of Jesus himself descending from heaven and dismantling the Packers. I'm not going to do that. But
I didn't talk about that. I was just saying the other game.
Hey, let's talk about it, though. Jameis Winston, he threw 150 yards in the air and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, 5 tutties.
Who is the guy that we've seen his whole career? He's not a guy who's going to, like, manage the game and just, like, be efficient. And I'm just going to make the red zone play. And I'm going to throw the ball 20 times. And we're not going to make any mistakes. And our run game is going to overwhelm me.
That's not him.
He was the dude who said, I'm going to throw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, and another 4 bag of crab legs on the side. So I think that he's going to keep up this torrid efficiency, that every game he's going to be out here throwing a touchdown on a third of his passes.
No.
Terry, I do not. And when the ball yarn starts to unravel and butter starts to get all in the creases in them crab legs and start to get succulent.
You wouldn't know anything about that, sir. You're allergic to seafood. I don't want to hear it.
We've all seen it on Instagram.
Look, the only thing... Oh, go ahead. You want to keep going? Keep going.
No, I was just saying, all it takes, like, is a little bit for everything to start unraveling. And now, like, we're picking on Jameis Winston, who's making a lot of bad decisions. We're talking about he doesn't have the skill on the outside that Drew Brees used to have. We're making all these manufactured excuses for him. We're only 1 3-pick game away from that, Terry. All right? Don't let the 5 touchdowns fool you.
No, that's true. That's true. But like I said, I wasn't talking about that game for a reason. The only thing that excites me about Jameis Winston is that he beat out Taysom Hill for the job. It honestly was a silver platter for Taysom Hill to get the quarterback job, and he beat him out to get it. So, I mean, that gives me a little bit of optimism for his future in New Orleans because, I mean, nobody thought Jameis Winston was going to start.
I mean, Terry, you're absolutely right, man. Talk about David versus Goliath, right? Jameis Winston, this no-name, out of Florida State, nobody knows who he is, didn't win the Heisman Trophy, He goes to a team and understudies underneath one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then he conquers the insurmountable odds and beats out a guy who hasn't played quarterback since college, who was listed as a tight end week 1 on fantasy.
Hey, they wanted to give it to him.
He did it.
They wanted to give it to him. I don't want to hear it. They wanted him to get the job.
He won the fucking Heisman, Terry.
Who cares? That's in college. That's all null and void.
All right.
It's over.
Let me ask you this one in the NFL. How many players have thrown for 5,000 yards in a season?
I don't know. 4? 2?
Okay. Is Taysom Hill on that list?
No. He's not.
So I expected Jameis Winston to beat him out because Jameis Winston is a quarterback who knows how to throw the ball down the field and not a souped-up version of Tim Tebow fucking stones down the bayou.
I hear you. All right. So, look, that's your first prediction. Let's digress and go to one of your second predictions.
All right. Well, this one might be a toughie, Terry, considering the injury that we saw go down on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be resolute and stick to my guns because I'm hoping there's another shoe to drop, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Go ahead.
I'm saying the football team, the Washington football team, is going to win the NFC least in back-to-back years, sir. Back-to-back crowns. Go ahead and put it on the team with no name. Crown them.
Interessante. They didn't change their name to the Warriors yet? Or the Generals? Or whatever they were trying to do? The Senators? Like, weren't they trying to do something like that?
The fucking Washington filibusters? I don't know.
Hey, man. Honestly, I don't think that's too bold of a prediction. That's not, I don't think that's like something crazy. Like, the Eagles, I mean, Jalen Hurts is quarterback. Yeah, he did all right week 1, but, we're not going to do the overreaction type shit. Nobody thinks he's going to be a great quarterback. Is he going to survive the rest of the year? We shall see. We don't know. Dak Prescott and them, they looked all right. But if we're being realistic with ourselves, both interceptions from Tom Brady were complete bullshit, and they were complete drops. All right? So they should have blown them out. Don't believe any of that scoreline that you saw. Thirdly, the Giants are absolute horseshit, so they're gone. I can see the Redskins. I can see the Washington I can see the Washington football team actually getting this done. I apologize for saying that name earlier, but
the Rednecks.
Yeah.
Yep. So I thought so, Terry, and then Harvard's own Ryan Fitzpatrick decided to go and dislocate his hip in the middle of their first game.
Yeah.
So now we got backup quarterback Taylor Heineke, who only played in 1 game in his life, which is against Brady in the playoffs last year.
Heidi. But he looked all right.
Here's the other shoe I'm waiting to drop.
What's up? Cam Newton?
Yep. You got there already.
Yes, sir. We ain't even going to hit the storyline. I want to hear it straight out from the hoop, boy.
Reunite with your old coach, the guy who helps you win the MVP.
The guy that broke down your body?
Identity of the team, just the same as the Panthers that year. Fucking defense, will knock your fucking block off. Run the ball heavy with the read option. And you got not great playmakers on the outside.
Nah. I would love for him to go there. But if he plays for Riverboat Ron, it's over for his career. He's just going to turn into a pile of dust. He's just going to get banged up. His body can't take the same take.
If he doesn't play for a team soon, he's going to turn into a pile of dust. Not many people can just sit on the sidelines for a year and then come back and play football. This isn't like
Vic,
where Melo can go and throw on a hoodie with the sleeves cut off and go to the YMCA for 8 months and then get a fucking deal with the Rock.
Wow. Cam just can't sustain the punishment, man. He can't. He's a really big dude, but he cannot sustain the punishment. He had one great year, and he ran that bitch like a running back. And the next year you saw he was complete garbage. Then the next year he was even worse. Then with the Patriots, he was even worse. I don't want to hear anybody say they thought there was some promise. Going into the last game of the season last year, Cam Newton had 5 touchdown passes for the whole entire year. And he only missed like 2 or 3 games. So I'm not trying to hear this Cam come back being hoorah. I don't want to hear none of that shit. He is horrible. It is over. Every time he runs the ball, I'm like, oh, no, he's going to take another hit and be shit. He couldn't throw the ball past 40 yards. It's big Cam Newton that we talking about, man. It's not the same dude. Bye-bye. If he gets on the team, Washington's not going to win.
No tread left on those tires, huh? Is that what you told me? MVP ain't got nothing left.
It's over.
Watch.
Shit. 3 more big hits, he's done. I'm watching. I watched him last year, and I hated it.
You know he got hurt last year in like week 6. And then after that, he was fucking garbage. But if you remember last year, like weeks 1 through 5, Patriots were rolling. They had the run.
4-2.
They look pretty good.
I'm just telling you, he can't sustain it, bro. He got hurt, like I said.
Yeah, well, there's one thing we know for sure, and that's Ron Rivera is sick and tired of everyone on his team not being vaccinated against the COVID shit.
Yeah.
Remember when he came out of the press, he was like, I don't know what else to say. Get fucking vaccinated.
Nah, I didn't see that. I missed that.
So until Cam Newton gets stuck with a needle, I don't know if he'll be a viable option for them anyway.
He's got it. Did you happen to catch any of that interview? He had an interview on his YouTube channel for 46 minutes. I caught none of it. I'm gonna listen to it on my own time, but I'm interested in what he had to say. What did he say? Anything good? Any good nuggets?
Yeah, it was like basically you can't like sit a general behind another general or whatever is what he was trying to say. That like they cut him because having an MVP on the bench behind Mac Jones would be like too much pressure, and every time Mac Jones fucks up, they're gonna be like, put Cam in.
Yeah,
they're
maybe.
not.
But if you're bad,
they're not.
If you're bad, you're bad.
Patriots fans are so happy to get Mac Jones. They think he's the second coming of Tom Brady. It doesn't matter if he went fucking 0-16. They'll be like, we got to get the weapons around him. You know what I mean? Like, he's a rookie in the league.
The thing about Belichick is he has a longer leash than a bunch of other coaches do, like with the fans. Like, the fans aren't going to question Bill Belichick and his decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they
didn't until Tom Brady left. Until he drove Tom Brady down to Tampa Bay and he won a Super Bowl, doing it the Tom Brady way instead of the Belichick way. Then I think a lot of people are like, "Yo, hold up, was this Belichick dude a genius the whole time, or is he just an asshole who was holding Tom Brady back?"
Nah. I hear what you're saying, but at this point, look, the Bucs defense was outstanding. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Tom Brady did not look like this great slinging it, wanging it quarterback. Like, he's got the best weapons in the fucking game almost. I mean, like, come on, bro. Not anybody, but a decent amount of the top 15 quarterbacks probably could have won the Super Bowl with the Bucs defense and those weapons.
I don't know.
Tom's the GOAT, though. But I'm just saying.
It's a hell of a team. I don't know about that last one right there, Terry. I don't know about that last one.
I don't know, son.
But you know what? I'm sure you and Bears fans are hoping that Justin Fields can turn into one of those 15.
Oh, yeah.
One of those good
Definitely.
teams. That's my question for the what is it? What are you? The NFC East? No, the NFC West.
North.
North. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I'm
NFC
sorry,
North,
my
man.
brain is fucking out today. For the NFC,
Bears.
are the
Bears, Lions,
turn
Packers.
into a contender now that they have Justin Fields?
I think they could contend in the North to be a fringe playoff team. I don't know necessarily that. I mean, like if we sit here and say we think the Packers are going to be bad, that's a lie. If I'm going to sit here and say we think the Vikings are going to be bad, that's also a lie. The Lions, they're bad. That's a fact. But the other two teams in our division are tough teams, so it's hard to say that like the Bears have a chance to make the playoffs when you have to play those two teams twice. You know, so I mean, we shall see. With time, we'll see what's going to go down. But I mean, we already know the answer is not Andy Dalton. We already saw that. I said that in the preseason, and I'm still saying it now. Until he gets to the game, not watching this shit. Not watching it until you put that man on the field.
Well, you missed his first touchdown then, Justin Fields.
I missed
in Bears
it.
uniform. They took Andy Dalton out as soon as they got to the 5-yard line. They're like, thanks, bro.
Hey, it's smart. It's smart. I like it.
They
It's
went
good
down
coaching.
there in the red zone. They're like, Justin Fields, go run this read option and then use your 4.4 speed to just get right in the end zone. He was like,
No, that's
"Fine.
true.
I only
That's
prepared
true.
for one play all week, coach. I'm ready."
Hell yeah.
Eventually, he keeps coming in and scoring on these like gimmick formations and 3 plays a game. Bears fans are going to start being like, "Hey, why is this guy playing 3 plays a game?"
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, look, if you're going to keep continuing to do that, I'm fine with it, you know, if it works. But I'm not going to sit here and say, like, he's about to be the best quarterback I've ever seen. But I know I've seen Andy Dalton for, 7 years? And I know what he can do, so not much. Just saying, before every Bears game, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn on my computer. I'm going to go to the depth chart for quarterback. If I see Andy Dalton, not watching the game. I'd rather watch the fucking Jets play the Panthers again.
I don't know if
I don't
I'll
give a
go
shit.
that far, bro. I don't know if I'll go that far. But I will say this, man. I think by week 8, week 9, Fields is in there, and he's starting. I don't know if Matt Nagy can hold off the Bears fans for any longer than that. Because when Andy Dalton is inevitably playing like shit, and Justin Fields looks every bit electric as he does, they will be beating down the door for them to play the kid. And when they do, Terry, I think y'all's team is going to take off.
They should, man.
Think about the run game and how it evolves when you have Justin Fields back there instead of Andy.
Yeah.
Dalton. All right. Now
And
we can run RPOs all over the field. We can run read options. We can run quarterback draws. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. And, I mean, the running back is good. They have actually 2 decent running backs.
Montgomery
I
is actually really good. It's just like
Yeah.
no one's had to respect the pass playing the Bears since he got in the league.
no, that's true.
If he gets in there and they have to respect not only Montgomery, but Fields taking off of the ball too, man, I think you're going to see Montgomery start to flourish. And then when you get
No, you're right.
two-headed rushing attack coupled with a physical front 7 with Khalil Mack that can return to form, and we're playing our most important games in fucking minus 12-degree weather in late December,
That's true.
that shit
That's true.
translates.
I mean, like, the thing is, people always say we have bad quarterbacks, but the stadium and the weather in Chicago is just not quarterback friendly. Like, it's very easy. There's never any good Jets quarterbacks. Too fucking cold. It's hard to throw. Eli Manning is only good because he had a good running game. You know what I'm saying? And he only did it for 2 playoff series. The rest of his career was absolute dog shit.
Are you about to say that you play quarterback in a cold place that you suck?
No. I'm only saying in those places where it's hard to throw. Chicago is windy. Like Green Bay, it's not windy like that.
Yeah.
They built their stadium different. So Aaron Rodgers can actually throw the ball. I mean, he doesn't throw it as much when it gets cold in the winter, but he's really good. That's different. All these other cold weather teams in these shitty stadiums to throw, like, it's just hard. Like, you don't have a lot of good quarterbacks. I will say this, though. Taking a look at the Bears' schedule, the second game is against the Bengals, so Andy Dalton could have a weak bullshit, game and be fine. Browns, he might get washed. Lions, he'll probably win that one, too. So I'm thinking by week 8, like you said, 49ers, when we play the Raiders, Packers, and Bucks 3 straight games in a row and Andy Dalton stinks it up, you got to put him in versus the 49ers.
Yep.
He's got to come in week 8.
And then, hopefully, I mean, if you can envision it, we get Justin Fields versus Trey Lance. Hopefully by week 8, Jimmy Garoppolo will have gotten hurt, and Trey Lance is starting there. And what an electric matchup that would be.
That'd be nice. Battle of the rookies, baby.
So I think you got a lot to look forward to in Chicago. This season, even if it's going, you may have to like wade through the murky waters of Andy Dalton's swamp for a couple of weeks before you get there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but we'll see.
Yep. Well, from your team and your division to the team and division that whipped your motherfucking ass on Sunday, Terry. The LA Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, the Seattle Seahawks, and who the fuck? How do I keep
San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers.
He just talked about them.
Oh, my Lord. They're all in the same division, man. The NFC West. And, man, does it look like a bloodbath this year.
Yeah, it's going to look crazy.
My prediction, 3 out of the 4 teams in that division make the postseason and make the playoffs in the NFC.
So that's a possibility. So there can be 2 wildcard teams from the same division because they opened up the playoff structure.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like the prediction, honestly. I mean, all 4 of those teams deserve to make it. Now, the question is, in every other game that isn't a division game, they have to win it. Is that a possibility? I don't know. I haven't taken a deep dive and looked at the schedule. But have you? I'm asking you the question. Can they beat everybody else up?
I think so. Because looking at this division, early you would have said, like, the team I have the most question marks is the Cardinals. Because they have an unproven quarterback, and all their additions in the offseason were a bunch of old dudes. It's like A.J. Green, former Pro Bowler. They got the corner that Belichick sat in the Super Bowl, Malcolm Brown, former Super Bowl MVP. Who else is a former? J.J. Watt, former MVP.
J.J. Watt. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just former. 5 additions that are all well past their prime. I was like, I don't know if that's really going to tip the scale. Then what they do, Terry?
What they do?
They came out here and blew the fucking doors off the Titans. Chandler Jones ate Taylor Lewan for lunch, breakfast, dinner, brunch, and snacks in between just to make sure his blood sugar was right.
No, that's true.
5 snacks. True. And now I'm starting to think, Jesus Christ. Chandler Jones on one side, J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
If this team gets up 2 touchdowns and they can just fucking get after your quarterback, you better look out.
That's true, man. I mean, and if you look at it, if you look at the Rams schedule, so I mean, I think how the NFL does their format is like you play 2 divisions in the NFC outside of yours, and then you play like 3 AFC games or like 2 AFC games or something like that.
4. So you play like a 4 division,
yeah. Yeah, so it's like they got the NFC North, and they already beat the Bears. The Lions, that's a win. And the Vikings is probably that's a win. Packers, we'll see if they, get their shit together. And then they got the AFC West, in which you got the Titans, who don't know what they're doing right now, it seems like. And the Jaguars, and the Texans, and the fucking Colts. Who else is the other team? Yeah, Colts. Come on. I mean, that's easy dubs. So you might be right with this prediction. I'm just saying, you might be Nostradamus of this bitch. And
I'm trying, bro. Because when you look at the other teams, it's like, all right, well, the Rams just added Matthew Stafford, a guy who can actually throw the ball, to a team that has Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, the 2 best players in the league at their positions, and, a top 3 play caller that's going to manufacture a top 10 offense every year, and did so even with the reanimated corpse of Jared Goff back there after their Super Bowl loss. So you got them, then the Seahawks, Russell Wilson, like last year, we were talking about him winning MVP.
Yeah. I mean, Seahawks, yeah. As long as Russell's there, they're always going to have a decent team.
They finally got a decent offensive coordinator that like knows how to call short passes, and so their whole playbook isn't just run the ball and throw it 50 yards downfield.
No, that's true.
And so I expect them to take another season forward or another step forward.
Another step?
Yeah. I probably have more confidence in Russell Wilson than 30 other quarterbacks in the NFL, if I'm going to be honest.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean? And then who's the last team? The 49ers.
49ers over the Cardinals. Now, that's one that's kind of crazy to me.
Well, here's the thing, man. They're 22-8 with Jimmy G playing for them.
Yeah.
Really good. And he's nothing spectacular. The problem has been the wheels fall off when he gets hurt.
Yeah.
Well, now they have a dude who's more talented than Jimmy G who could step in there and may even raise the ceiling of the whole offense.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, San Francisco has a good history of great backups. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So I look around and it's like, who's the odd man out? Well, probably someone else who's trying to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Probably. But if any division could do it, this division definitely could do it. Because, I mean, the 49ers defense is really good. People don't sleep on that. They know that. That's like pretty much a given. So we shall see. I don't like how they gave up in points at late versus the Lions, but we'll see how it goes.
I think they were just chilling.
I think they're just
It's not Thanksgiving. We don't have to worry about the Lions.
They probably looked at the spread and they were like, let's make this a little interesting. Because they were up by like 20. And then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, whoa, they're up 8? Hey, spread 7.5. What the hell's going on here?
Hey, never forget what team Kyle Shanahan was coaching in the Super Bowl.
The choke artist.
Yeah, that panic gene is still in there somewhere, Terry. I guarantee you that. Till he wins the Super Bowl, his butt's going to get tight as fuck every single time they start facing that.
His ability to lose onside kicks is remarkable.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, it's impeccable. I'm like, come on, bro. You can't get anybody that can catch the ball, anticipate a bounce.
You know what?
Get a shortstop from the Yankees. Shit. Go ahead.
You know what I think it is, bro? I think Kyle Shanahan thinks of himself so highly as like this football savant and thinks of football in general so highly.
Yeah.
I think he has a general disdain for kicking in general and how it affects the rest of the football game that goes on. And he probably was like, we don't even have to worry about it. Dude, he's a fucking kicker, man. Go out there and play football. And then what happens? The one dude who doesn't really play football, he does a separate thing than the rest of the team, is the guy who eats your lunch.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because the funny thing is, like, the kicks weren't even that good. They literally just kicked it right at a dude. And he was like, oh, shit. And then they just recovered it. I'm like, come on, dude. That shit was funny.
Hey,
it was funny.
What did you used to always say, Terry, all the way back to fucking high school?
What?
It's just catching.
Just catch it, dude. It's not that hard.
It doesn't matter if it's a cell phone, a football, a soccer ball, or a phone number.
Nope.
Just catch it.
Catch it, baby. Just win Al Davis style, baby.
I like it. I like it. You want to watch some Raiders? Ravens and Raiders? Monday Night Football?
Yeah, we can talk that. You want to go Steelers after that?
Oh, no, you're right. We should do Steelers first.
Yeah. Let's put some Steelers talk in there.
All right.
Because them boys put in work this week, man. They put in work. Versus the AFC Championship team. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked.
So let me ask my question to you, Terry.
Go ahead.
In this game, actually, this is two questions. One, can the Titans put all their pieces together? And
that's the first question.
Turn into a top 5 offense. The second one is this Mike Tomlin's first losing season in the NFL? Are we about to watch it?
All right. So to answer both questions, I say I don't know about the pieces. I really don't know yet. I mean, your pieces don't mean much if your O-line can't block for you, you know? And considering the Steelers' defensive line is not one of the greatest defensive lines. They don't put they don't get a whole bunch of sacks. They're not like this creating pressure team out here. If you ever watched a lot of Steelers games last year, if you want to disagree,
they were rushing 4 people, and
it was the Titans' O-line was just looking the Bills' O-line was just looking bad, man. I don't know what to say. Josh Allen just looked like every 2 seconds, within 2 seconds, he was about to get sacked. Every single play. Then the second question for the Steelers, I can't see Mike Tomlin losing this year. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, the Browns look okay. I mean, they could lose or win that game. That's a toss-up. The Ravens don't look as good as they did. And then you also got 2 easy wins from the Bengals. So those are wins right there. If they are going to play their other AFC teams, they're going to play against the Bills, who's the best team in that division that they already beat, the Jets, who aren't that good, and the Dolphins are, okay. They're still kind of below average. And then you got the Patriots, and nobody knows what they're going to do. Mac Jones didn't look like anything. The schedule's too easy for me to think that they're going to lose.
All right. Well, let me challenge you a little bit.
Good.
Is Ben Roethlisberger the worst quarterback in his division?
Nah, second.
Joe Burrow?
Second worst.
Yeah. Joe Burrow was
pretty
goddamn great.
off of what, he tore his ACL, tore his Achilles or
yeah,
something,
he tore
right?
his ACL. Off an ACL tear. Man, did he look poised and in control and like a dude who's going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time. Then you got Lamar Jackson, who won the MVP 2 seasons ago.
If you can't throw, I don't trust you.
Word.
190 yards passing a game, that's all? I'm not worried about it. Because when push comes to shove, when it gets cold, and then we're like, all right, well, we know what you guys are going to do. Let's put 9 in the box and see what theirs goes. That's it. He can't throw the ball. He can throw it, but the accuracy is just off.
He won a playoff game last season, didn't he?
And that was the first one he won in the 3 chances.
It's a progression, bro.
Was it not a wild card game?
Yeah.
Okay, get out of here. He lost the second round. Bye. We don't talk about second round exits from MVPs.
We also don't usually talk about teams having winning seasons that have a collegiate level offensive line, an aging quarterback who wasn't mobile in his prime.
Whoa. Hey. He wasn't fast, but
it was hard to get him on the ground. But he was moving like molasses coming out the jar out there. It was just hard to.
I mean, a little bit, but that's his best attribute though. He's not. I mean, like he's a pocket passer, but when you get him out the pocket, they're dangerous.
But I wouldn't say that he's exactly got on his speed skates this year. He's gonna be running past anybody.
I think Tom Brady's probably faster than him, to be honest with you.
And I don't feel too great about their wide receiver core either. I don't know who.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of number 2s and no number 1. And
hey, what's up with they don't have that Bryant kid anymore, right? He's been done, right?
Yeah, he's been done. Back. He's smoking weed, watching our podcast.
They got another tall dude though. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, the Deontay Johnson. He's good. Yeah. All the guys are good, but there's a big difference between being good and being a legit number 1 wide receiver in the NFL.
And being Antonio Brown. I got you.
And so if your quarterback is kind of like, I think he's going to be forced to have to make some plays a lot because their offensive line is trash. And I just don't this is all adding up to one winning season. I don't think the talent's there, man. The coaching is definitely there. And if Mike Tomlin could galvanize this group behind this defense into a team that wins the division, it may be his greatest coaching achievement in the regular season yet.
That is true. I understand what you're saying, but the identity of the Steelers isn't lost because the defense looked absolutely fantastic. If their defense is going to be that good, then the Steelers are going to be good. I mean, I don't think this is one of the years. It's kind of different from, I would say, like the past 3 years. Like usually, Tomlin and them, they have a great defense, and then the offense is okay. But the past 3 years, the offense was the one carrying the Steelers' bad defense.
Fuck no.
You don't think so?
Watch last year. Hell no.
Shit. Last year, they weren't even that good last year.
What?
I'm talking about the team.
The Steelers weren't that good.
Not to me.
They won their division. They went like 13-3.
Then they lost.
Yeah, in the playoffs, but they didn't have a quarterback. They were playing what's his face, the guy who got hit upside his head with Myles Garrett's helmet.
Hey, I don't want to hear that.
All right, fair enough. All I'm saying is, I look around at you look at the weapons, and then you're sometimes you can talk yourself into thinking a team is going to do really well on offense just because of the weapons. The Titans, and they're like, oh, they have Derrick Henry, they have Julio, they have A.J. Brown. Well, their offensive line got their fucking ass whooped, and they couldn't use any of them. Then you look at the Steelers, and you're like, well, they have a bunch of guys, and their offensive line's even worse.
Yeah. Nah, that's true.
So it's like they don't even have the premier talent on the perimeter, and they don't have the blocking up front, and you got a fucking old-ass quarterback who stays getting hurt.
Man, we'll see, man. I don't know.
Things added up in the right direction for me.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, the comeback was crazy, though. I'm not going to lie. That was a hell of a comeback. I know you didn't watch the game, but, just watching it, I was like, there's no fucking way they're going to win this game. Fourth quarter comes, and all of a sudden, they should score a bunch of points.
I never said I didn't watch the game. I said I don't remember any of it.
Oh.
We haven't got around to my hometown of Atlanta Falcons yet.
And we don't need to.
The reason that I don't remember the night games, we went in there, new offensive scheme, new head coach, coming from the Titans. He had the second best red zone offense of all time. He had the second best running efficiency of all time. And we went in to our stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Dome, Week 1 in Atlanta. Who's playing us? Jalen Hurts, who lost his starting spot in college in our same stadium.
Yep.
And we dropped a whopping 6 points on the Eagles.
Oh, man, you guys look horrible, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You guys look like shit. How can you think that the Saints are going to be the worst team in the division when you guys are in the division? It's not possible.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Terry. Sometimes you literally can go nowhere but up. And you hear this in sports a lot.
Oh, my.
Oh, wait a minute. I know how much you hear this, Terry, but wait a minute. I got a number for you that's going to illustrate this. Jalen Mayfield, playing his first NFL game, started at guard for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
After the game, he received from Pro Football Focus, the website that grades every player for every game, watching all their snaps, their lowest grade ever given out since the history of their company. The only player to ever receive a 1 on a scale of 1 to 100 for pass blocking.
And what position does he play for y'all?
Left guard.
Okay. So who's left tackle? How did he do?
Jake Matthews. He did fine. This dude had four false start penalties. He had another 2 holding penalties, and every time he wasn't committing a penalty, he was getting washed by Fletcher Cox.
How did you get 4 false starts at home? How does that happen?
And then there was another one that wasn't even his fault, but it was ridiculous. We get down to the 2-yard line, and then we line up over lining up over the tight end and get an illegal formation because we have too many people on the line of scrimmage on the fucking 2-yard line.
Oh, my God. That is a travesty. That is a joke. That's a joke and a half.
So, literally, there has been nobody in NFL history who did as poorly as this young man did, attempting to block the Eagles' front 4. And so I am hoping, emotionally and mathematically, that there is only one direction which to go.
Maybe there's nobody better. Do you ask yourself that? Why was he starting week 1?
If there's anyone better, we wouldn't be starting a rookie 3rd-round pick position that he's never played before.
Dude.
He was a right tackle in college.
You could get somebody better than that. That's crazy. I mean, hey, look, man, if your boy Matt Ryan's going to go 21 for 35, and I understand you had a horrible left guard, but God, 21 for 35 for 164 yards, no touchdowns. Why didn't y'all draft a quarterback? There was 6 quarterbacks in the draft, and you didn't draft one of them.
Because we had to make sure that we could select Kyle Pitts so we could play him in 40% of the snaps and not put him in when we were in the red zone.
Yeah, that's stupid. Bring back Mike Vick. I'm sick of watching this.
So, it's funny you said that, Terry. At the beginning of the season, one of the areas of emphasis for the Falcons staff and Matt Ryan was that they want him to improve his speed. At the age of 36, our off-season bullet point number 1 is Matt Ryan, get faster. Now, Matt Ryan thought he's going to be getting faster for these bootlegs and read options that he was going to be running. But in actuality, it's just going to be because you're going to be running for your life for 80% of every game you play.
Bro, your team is comical, bro. It's comical, bro. Like, this is the best stand-up that you can watch. Everybody tune in, HBO special, every Sunday, the Falcons, whenever they play. 1 o'clock, 4:25, 8:20 for the night game, Monday night, Thursday night. Tune in, because you're going to see a white man run around the field looking clueless.
Oh, man.
Matt Ryan. My boy, Matt. We can't talk about the Falcons anymore, man. They're too bad. 0-16.
I'll leave you with one last point, Terry. I'll leave you with one last point. The worst part is, this is the worst offensive line performance I've seen since Jay Cutler played for the Bears. But it's not a mutiny. These guys actually like Matt Ryan and are trying to protect him. And the protection is worse than when they were trying to set up Jay Cutler for when he was eating pancakes and riding a fucking stationary bike in the playoffs.
No, that's true. That's
All right,
true.
I'm done.
That's true. No. Go ahead. Cry it out.
No more Falcons talk. If I speak any more on the fucking Falcons today, we're going to have to get an exorcist in on this.
How did Matt Ryan not retire? Andrew Luck retired because his O-line was so bad. Matt Ryan needs to retire. He needs to say bye-bye. He's going to hurt himself out there. There's big grown man out there tackling him. Get him off the field.
His wife and kids probably suck. He's like, yo, I'd rather go out here and have 40 car crashes every Sunday night
Oh, God.
than read you about the coconut that fell from the palm tree one more fucking time.
I guess so. The only thing that can go up from here is Matt Ryan's family. You guys need to get it better. Get it together. All right?
He's afraid if he, retires, he's going to turn up like Phillip Rivers with 14 kids.
Nobody's like Phillip Rivers.
Except for Antonio Cromartie. At least Phillip knew the names of his kids. Jesus Christ, Antonio.
Cromartie. He remembered the names. It just took him a while.
He's like, yo, let me pull up the notes on my phone. I wrote it down somewhere, y'all.
Hey, at least he ain't like George Foreman. He named them different names.
George Foreman, Georgina Foreman, Georgette Foreman, George Foreman the Fifth,
Jesus.
and John Deere.
Jesus. All right. Anything else last on the article you want to talk about?
Nah, I think that's it for me, man.
We covered it.
Yeah. To go check out the rest of my questions, my bold projections, go to www.thehLSpod.com. If you haven't been following the NFL, it'll get you right. Give you something to say at when you're out in public, when you're waiting in line at the DMV. And if you do know about the NFL, write in the comments and tell me how stupid I am and how little I know about football.
Hey, man. The football talk is going to be a lot better this season. I'm going to watch a lot more football this year. I'm going to join America in the quest to be an American because I've been disliking football. But I'm back. I'm going to go to a sports bar every Sunday. Guaranteed.
You just won't watch the Bears until week 8.
Yep. Not until I told you. Depth chart. Where you at? Second? I'm out. See you later. I am not watching that shit. Fuck that.
Hey, man. I think you're just discriminating against gingers. I think that's what this is. I think you have some...
I can't discriminate against a ginger.
You can't discriminate? Where the fuck are my headphones, Terry? I didn't get no Beats headphones in the mail for me to do the podcast. You know who else did? Andy...
Oh. Andy... Oh, God. Hey, man. It is what it is. All right, man.
It is.
So that's it for the football talk. Anything else on your mind? I know you want to talk a little Champions League. You got about 10 minutes.
All right.
Want to get a little talk up?
Well, today Barcelona played Bayern Munich in the Champions League. It went a little bit better than the last time they played. Barcelona having lost 8-2 in the Camp Nou. They only lost 3-0 this time, Terry, which has got to be considered a moral victory, right?
Promising. So promising.
They created a total of 0 chances the entire game.
That's absurd.
They
dude.
played a 2-forward system with Depay and Luke de Jong. Luke de Jong looking like a shadow puppet for somebody with cerebral palsy. Absolutely all over the field, contributing nothing, moving like a sloth stuck in a jar of molasses. It was despicable to see. My heart hurts, man. Like, this is going to be a long season.
What was the formation?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Terry.
Because I'm looking at something, and I don't like what I'm looking at.
1-4-2.
Jordi Alba didn't play left back?
He played left midfield.
Oh, hell, bro. Fire Coleman. Get him out of here. He can't even play the position that he has been playing for 16 years out of his whole life. And you put him at a different position, like, oh, let's try him out of this. Because we don't know what the fuck's going on. Fuck it. Where's Dest? Is he sucked that bad he can't get on the field?
He's hurt. And we had to put in a player who I've never heard of, despite being a gigantic Barcelona fan. Some kid numbered 31, Baldy, who played left back and immediately gave up the third goal, not tracking back.
Alejandro Baldi.
Run right into the area that he was supposed to be in.
Oh, my God. You won't even... Hey, Umtiti, is he dead now? He ain't playing no more?
We will refuse to play him. Right now, at this point, it's on principle. We try to get him to like reduce his wages 10 times. He's like, fuck, my knees don't work. I'm going to sit on the bench and collect $20 million a season.
Hey, I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it either. Shit.
It's not
going to lose with Messi?
Sign with this dumbass contract?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to lose with Messi or without Messi. Doesn't matter if he comes back. No. Give me more money.
Can I lose without Luke de Jong, though? Not Frankie de Jong. No.
How do you even...
Not Frank.
How?
Luke.
Not the Phenom. We're talking about a 6'3" forward out of the Netherlands that not a lot of people have heard of. Only FIFA players know who this guy is. Nobody who actually watches soccer knows who this guy is.
Tell you who knows who he is, Terry.
Who?
Newcastle fans. Newcastle remember this guy because when he played for them, he looked like he didn't have a second leg.
Hey, look.
15 appearances, 0 goals, 100 bad first touches out of bounds to other teams.
The fact that y'all played this guy in an actual soccer game, it proves to me what I always thought. You're just not a good team. It's over.
No.
It's going to be over for the next 3 years.
We're not. And the fact that is, think about who he played against in his first game. He played against Bayern Munich in his first game ever for Barcelona.
He's not good.
But this is what our options have come to. We're starting a guy who's literally never played for our team against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Terry, you remember 3 months ago when Messi used to play for us? Wasn't that?
I remember. But let me let everybody that's listening know. Luke de Jong played 69 games for Sevilla as a forward, and he scored 10 goals.
And
10.
That wasn't even his
games.
worst stint at a team either. He hasn't ever scored goals outside of Netherlands. He can't score in any other country but the Netherlands.
PSV's got a nice record, and that's it. That's 159 games, 94 goals.
And
good
so,
job.
And so after
everywhere
watching,
else, horrible.
You know what's funny, Terry? The commentator goes, Ansu Fati took the number 10 shirt from Messi. Do you remember who had it before Messi? And
Ronaldinho.
Yep, you knew it off the jump. Other commentator didn't even know it.
Woo!
Yep.
Wow.
On from the Ronaldinho, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Henry, Puyol, Samuel Eto'o, David Villa, Neymar, to Martin Braithwaite and Luke de Jong, who are starting in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's horrible for y'all. And there's no looking up either. You spent $300 million on Felipe Coutinho, who never plays, still on the team. Antoine Griezmann, who doesn't even play for you anymore, and you just bought him. And Ousmane Dembele, who can't find the field to save his life. Every time he touches grass, he tears his ACL. He is a bum. You might as well let him play soccer on the Segway, because if he touches the field, he's getting hurt. He's getting hurt. It's just looking bad for y'all, man. You got no money.
Man, I'm watching De Jong. I'm watching Braithwaite. I'm thinking, do we not have like an 11-year-old in the youth academy somewhere they can come in that's like real fit?
Did y'all not just try to play one and he was bad?
Yeah,
right.
Left back though. I'm talking about a striker. Like,
man.
And the thing is, man, at left back, you make one error, you cost your team the game. Luke de Jong didn't do one positive thing the entire motherfucking game. And he's
that's
played
true.
Full 90. At least
That's
we can
true.
throw on a 15-year-old to make some errors in the opponent's defensive third.
That's true, man. But
What we've come to, though, I'm like literally imploring Barcelona to play like teenagers I've never heard of.
no, that's true. I mean, but you're in trouble if your youth team is not developing, because y'all gonna have some issues, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Bro,
You guys are oof.
Are we-
Where's the Super League?
I tell you what, Terry, if you keep playing like this, they're not going to let us in the Super League.
Nah, that's
We're one
true.
of the 3 founding members, and we're going to have to go to a play-in tournament first. If we keep playing like this.
Yeah, it's looking bad, man.
Oh,
I'm
and
sorry,
no,
man.
Terry, it gets better. I never dropped the biggest nugget for you about this game. I knew you would love this.
Go ahead.
Sergio Roberto played the entire game at right midfield.
My man.
Not right back. Not center midfield.
So
Right midfield.
you had a right back play right mid, who's a center mid, and then you had a left back play left mid, who's horrible at left back. All right, I got it. Now I'm just trying to understand the picture.
Oh, and Eric Garcia pulled a Gucci Onyewu and turned his back to a shot on the edge of the 18 and went off his ass cheeks and into the goal.
Oh man, does he look good for y'all though? You like him or no?
He was looking good before that.
Oh, okay.
But everyone was like, bro, it's a soccer ball. Like, there's nothing but air inside it. It's not covered in COVID. Magic Johnson didn't ejaculate into the seams before the game. You're going to be totally fine, man. Head the ball away.
Newsflash to Garcia. This is what you wanted. This is the team you wanted to play for. You refused. You refused to sign a contract for Manchester City. Pep wanted you. This is what you wanted. You want to play for this fucking team. This team right here on the back of this guy's background is who you want to play for. You're a fucking idiot. I blame no one but you.
You back?
Yeah. I just had to leave and come back because Garcia made me so sick.
All right. That's fair enough. So, yeah, off Garcia's ass cheeks, right onto the score line. Barcelona were ass cheeks all the way around today. But it wasn't the most disappointing loss of the day, Terry. That belongs to Manchester United, who lost in the 96th minute against the Young Boys.
Story of 2021.
Did I sign up for this? I should have gone to Man City. If I knew I was going to be losing to Young Boys, I would have recruited Michael Jackson.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, when you told me that they lost, I just honestly couldn't believe it. I can't believe they lost to the Young Boys. With all this talent you got on the team, you out here losing to Young Boys. And with that being said, too, you had Juventus winning 3-0 after they've been looking like complete dog. manure. Bro.
Yep.
It's been pretty bad.
It's been pretty bad. There's only one thing that we have left to look forward to, Terry. And that is the young boys winning the Champions League, playing starting 11 entirely comprised of players over the age of 30. That's what I'm looking forward to. The old guard of the boys.
Nothing would cap off 2021 with the young boys winning the Champions League final. I mean, after all this Pizzagate shit, after all this R. Kelly stuff, after all this To Catch a Predator, Epstein Island, young boys winning it all with 30-year-olds? The irony in that? Can't write a story better than that.
Right? Wiz Khalifa, we need another track. We them young boys.
Yellow.
And he's going to be on it with young bloods.
Presidential.
Yeah. Hey, with that being said, thank y'all for kicking it with us this evening on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. Please like, subscribe, check out our Instagram, check out our website and the article I just wrote on my NFL predictions and questions. North Carolina continue to stand up.
That's it. Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.